Good afternoon, good evening, Grand Rising. Thanks for tuning in. Right now, in the future, or whenever. Just want to tune in. Today I'm talking about CPN 2021. Hit that like button, subscribe, and notification bell. Hit that like button, subscribe, and notification bell. If you're hearing me just fine, give me a thumbs up. One. If you're hearing me perfectly well, give me a thumbs up or a one. I'll give it a minute for a few people to come in. I'm going to talk about choices today and the CPN number. I'm going to go in about the CPN number for 2021. Then also just life choices. Young lady, fastest runner in the world right now, and why proper choices can lead to the right decision and wrong choices can lead to bad decisions and not being able to fulfill your future, your obligations. How that affect you and just throw everything out of whack? So the first thing, like I said, I'm gonna talk a little bit about CPN and for 2021. Before I start, we're gonna give it a minute though. I'll give it a minute. Hope to get a few more people in the building. If not, I'm gonna go ahead and do what I do, and those who it's for will get it, and those who it's not for will miss it. It's kind of like how it is. Those who are chosen, the message is for them. Those who haven't been chosen, the message is not for them. This work is not for them. Their message may be with someone else. But if you're here with me, then you're one of the chosen. There's not many who will be chosen. It's few and far and in between. It is few and far and in between. So it ain't for everyone. Everybody don't want a life of prosperity. Some people like to receive those government handouts. They love to receive anything that's free, that they don't have to do anything for. That's going to have to stop. If you want something out of life, you got to stop that. There's nothing free. And if it is free, it's not going to be worthwhile anyway. Don't go for the free stuff. The only free you can get is backed by accurate information. And that's where your research has to come in and do the work. It's kind of like CPN numbers. You got to do the work to get the proper results. Most people want to build a CPN number and make it work the next day. Your Social Security number didn't work the next day like that. Why would you think a CPN number will work like that? It doesn't. It takes time to build a proper good CPN that's worthwhile. And once it's built, you should go back and start cleaning your government issued credit, which is the Social Security number. Take off the negatives off of that, so you'll have two. You'll have the government issued Social Security number that's clean, and then you'll have your consumer profile number, credit profile number, whatever you want to call it. Secondary social number. They call it by different names. So to have it, clean it, have two of them, 750 CPN, 750 SSN, Then start going out and applying for, if you would like, you could apply for personal credit. Like apply for, you may not want to use it as credit, just want to may have a solid 750 score if you get in a pinch, use it in that manner. Please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Please like, subscribe, and notification bell. Every Friday I will be on. So set your notification bell. Every Friday I will be on. Set your notification bell. And I appreciate you tuning in. You can all ebooks while live is $20 cash app or super chat. Everything you're not on, you miss it. Great credit repair. The method of applying for credit, getting the credit, using your CPN, all those good things. Properly starting a corporation through your LLC. I'm going to keep repeating this over and over and over again until you all catch on, until you all get it. I'm going to keep repeating. You're looking for jobs. It's not going to be many jobs. You need to get ahead of the curves. Start a business. And that's why I say 2021, you can use a CPN to get going, to get your stuff, get a couple of dollars. Learning how to mesh it with your LLC, with your business and everything, so you can move forward faster. That's what it's crunch time. Crunch time is here. The warners are warning you all, and if you're playing around right now, that's why it's gonna be hell to pay in the future. That's why I'm trying to give you more avenues so you can accumulate wealth faster. Like in the lab, we'll talk about the velocity of money. In today's time, with them paying more, you have to increase the velocity of your money. So you mean you have to do 4 or 5 different hustles to make the income that you were making with just one hustle or one job. So learn to build a CPN. Learn to try merge it, put it in public record, and add trade lines. Go back and watch my first video, and I explained the whole process of building your CPN. In the building of your CPN, like I said, go back and watch the first video. My very first video that I made. It teaches you how to make CPNs, and it teaches you how to build it, try merge it, add it to public record, and where to get trade lines. So that process is free on my first video. So if you don't want to pay or learn from the video, you can pay me to do it from myself. What's up, bro? What's up, bro? Peace to the God. Hit that notification bell. Hit that notification bell. Hit that notification bell. But I'm just talking about choices today and how we jack off our choices. You know, Sha'Carri, Richardson tested positive for marijuana. Why? He just won the Olympic trials. There's no way you should have been even thinking about marijuana. You know, I'm a marijuana smoker. But if I'm know that this is one of the stipulations that is required for me to run in the Olympics, I would have never jeopardized my Olympic chances by smoking a joint. And I smoke marijuana, but I'm training to be, this is going to change your life. I don't know if someone told this young lady, by winning the 100-yard dash in trials, Yeah, she blew it. She had the opportunity to change her life for not just herself, for her family. So you got to be careful when you're making choices. You can't blow those opportunities that's given to you. We might see her in the hood on the strip pole now. You know, she could be blackballed from endorsements that she could have possibly gained. She really did a detriment to herself and her family. She was the one that was going to get her family out of whatever situation that they're in financially. She was going to make the way from all the endorsements. Look at Hussein Bolt, the multimillionaire from endorsements, just by being the fastest man on earth. Just think of the money she could have. She just lost at least $3 to $4 million by smoking one joint or whatever, just testing positive for marijuana. She just lost millions of dollars. Yeah, I would be hurt as well because that's something that you cannot take back. Now the people, the endorsement, the companies, the corporations, and so on and so forth, who are willing to give athletes, young black, so-called black athletes, this type of money. You gotta be wise. Where is the corner? Where's her corner? See, that's why I say in the last video, which I took it down, black women, why are you so angry? Don't you know today's time, you have it better than any other group of women in history? You had the opportunity to make six figures. You have the opportunity to drive any automobile that you want. You have the opportunity to travel the world without encumbrances. You have all these opportunities. So why are you angry? The people before you have laid the foundation so you can have the freedoms that you so-called wanted. So you don't want to be under the man. You don't want this. You don't want no man. But being left to your own devices, you're destroying yourself. And that's what happened to Sha'Carri Carroll. Excuse me, not Sha'Carri Carroll, Sha'Carri Richardson. She was left to her own devices without the guidance of a man in her life. And I was telling someone, if you go look at all the great so-called successful black entertainers, stars, athletes, so on, the top ones all had a forceful male figure in their life. Serena and Venus, they had their father, who they turned on later, who they didn't want to be a part of later. But their father was the one who made them great. He set the foundation early. When you do that with any child, if you set the foundation early in your child, and you be a man, be a part of his child's life, their child will be great. If he take a real interest in his child, they'll be great. Not good, great. I'm going to go to another example. 2 out of 3. Alonzo and Melo Ball father. He made pro athletes by instilling in them, they're great, you're great, you're great, you're going to be the best, you're going to be the best, you're going to be the best. Ain't nobody's better than my son. He received a lot of flack from that. But look at the results. Look at the results. When real men are in their children's lives, the results stand on their own. But Women raising children alone, and not me saying, statistics say 8 out of 10 are going to end up on the chopping block. End up on the chopping block. We love our mothers. We love our mothers, and our mothers love us too much. Our mothers love us dearly. They lie for us. They cover up for us. They do all those things to make us bad people. That's what mothers do. The love, the overwhelming love that mothers give in the black community. I'm talking about so-called black mothers. They love so hard, they make weak sons and daughters. That's why it's important for us as men to be not a part of your child life. You need to go back and try to be a part of your child life, despite the actions of a mother. You're going to have to learn how to deal with the mother and her angry, her bitterness, or whatever she is. You have to learn how to deal with it. Because what's most important is the child. And the earlier that you grab your child, the better off they'll be later. The early development is the most important. From age 3 to age 10. That's when you have to set the foundation in your children. You can make them materialistic. You can make them do all those things in between those ages. That's where they're forming who they are. And after 10, it's going to be hard to try to introduce them to new things because they're going to have a lot of influence from friends as they get older. And friends have a bigger impact on who you are than your mother or father. Somebody tell me I'm lying. Somebody tell me I'm lying. I ain't lying. Your friends have a bigger impact on who you are or who you're going to be than your mother or father. If the mother and father are not in the child's development. If you're just sending your child off to school every day and leaving it up to the schoolhouse to teach them the things that they need to know, they're going to just be average people at best. At best. It's going to be average people at best. But if you take a real initiative, I'm going to give you another example. Did I mention, I mentioned him. No, I didn't. Tiger Woods. His father turned him into the best golfer in the world. Loved his mom. But his dad made him into who he was. Dad missed a few lessons and so on and so forth, but when it came to golf, he was there. Dads make men, not women. Women can't make men. Even though your mom raised you by herself to an adult, that still doesn't mean that you're a man because you got hair on your face and you of age. Men are responsible. Men are leaders in the home. Men are providers. Men are producers. Men build. That's what men do. Then women, they are attracted to that. So get it together. Don't make bad choices when you've got a grand opportunity to get your family out of, some people say the ghetto, some people say the hood, but I just say get your people out of a mental mind state. Because when you have uh, money or what so have you, it just gives you better options. That's what it do. It just gives you better options. You can get to go to a better school. You can go to a better hospital. You can go to a better whatever. That's what money does. It gives you better options. And that's all we want. We want the opportunity to build for ourselves. That's it. So when you're given the opportunity, I like Kwame Brown, what he said. They thought he was dumb because he never spoke while he played the game. But he said, I know my place. If they're going to pay me $50 million to put a ball through a hoop, based upon my talent, I'm going to shut up until I get all the money that they say is coming to me. Then I'll speak. Yes, sir. I don't agree with all things he say, but I would say about 95% of it, I agree with what Kwame says. And when he talk about the stars, yes, he do spit facts all day long. Facts. Hit that like button, notification bell. Hit that like button, notification bell. Like, subscribe, and share. Super chat, cash app. For all ebooks while live is $20 cash app or super chat. Everything. We got opportunity to get it right now. CPM, SSN, business packets, a few other packets, trade line packets. But don't you gotta know, like I said, choices. She made a bad choice and she had bad handlers. She had bad people around her. She needs to clear out her whole circle. Who I'm referring to, Sha'Carri Rich. She needs to clear out her whole circle because they gave whoever was around us. They should have smacked the joint out of her mouth. Like what you doing, girl? Next week going to the Olympics. But you don't need that right now. Don't you know after you win this race in the Olympics, you're gonna be worth about 5-10 million. After they're gonna send you all over the world. Now she's gonna be a hard luck story, sad luck story. We got so many of them. How so many of our people have missed the boat. Have missed the boat because self-inflicted wounds and whatever you want to call it. Self-inflicted gunshot wounds. Because that's really what it's like. Shooting yourself in the head. Bam! Wow, I just missed 5 million. So all I had to do was just keep the joint out of my mouth. And at least he took responsibility, because what a lot of other people would have done is try to place blame somewhere else. You know, you can't place no blame on anyone else when you make bad decisions. You can't all you can do is look inside. You should have realized the God in you. You should have looked inside. Then you wouldn't have made that bad choice. You should have looked inside. Whoever was around her, I just feel, that's why I had to come on live and talk about this plus other things, but I just feel for the young lady, because she had but that hair, when I seen that pink hair, that already kind of give me an idea. How many of y'all see them women with the pink hair, blue hair, red hair? Knowing what The ones I see with that type of hair, I see them make countless bad decisions and bad choices. And with the eyelashes, the hair and the eyelashes together, and the nails, those type of females that I see, me personally, I'm not gonna say not all, not all, not all, but me personally, the ones that I see, they make a gang of bad choices. They be on top of cars, shaking their butt. They jump out the car, bend over with the door open, shaking their butt. You know, I don't really see the other young ladies who just be normal. You know, without the nails, the hair, and everything. I don't see them do that type of activity. But the ones that got like have a costume on, bro, who's gonna wife that? Those are one nighters, not wifeys. Those are one nighters. Maybe two, if it's good. But not no long term talking about putting a ring on it. Those are not the ring type of women. Not whatsoever. So young brothers, y'all dealing with those. Those are one nighters, not lifers. So, like, subscribe, and share. But that's bad. She made that choice like that, and hopefully they can find a loophole somewhere, and then she can get back out there and do her thing, and maybe recover from this. Because I don't want to see her. We know how this. We know how it ends. We know how it ends. We really know how it ends. You know what I'm saying? We've seen it before when our people make a bad choice, and we usually see them later on down the line where somebody got to come and help them out the hole. And when they were already up. But that's what life is about, second chances. So maybe she'll get another second chance. And okay, appreciate it. Okay, no problem, bro. Appreciate even the thought. The thought gets rewarded as well. That's what a lot of people, it's what you think gets rewarded as well. So if you can do it, you can do it. And if it's meant to be, it'll happen. So I appreciate it, Jordan. Like, subscribe, and share. Hit the notification bell. Like, subscribe, and share. Hit the notification bell. Now, let's go in about CPN numbers right now. We talked about Sha'Carri Care, life choices, and this is similar. CPN. Build the number. Try merge the number. Add it to public records. Add a few trade lines. There you go. There you have it. And with that, you can take that. Just keep paying it over time. Use it wisely. As long as you use it wisely, you'll have no repercussions. It's just the same as if you were using your SSN. There will be no repercussions if you use your SSN correctly. But if you use either one wrong, there can be repercussions legally, financially, so on and so on. Thank you, brother. Jordan, appreciate that super chat. And if you want the any ebook, just let me know. Text it to me or email. Let's see what else we got to cover. Oh, Bill Cosby, another wrong that has been righted, as Felicia Rashad has said. And now Howard University, cool. Howard University now is attacking Felicia Rashad. Let's do some research on Howard University first. Because I don't know, most people are not aware of how Howard University was started. And you'll be surprised, a lot of these HSBCUs were started by European Jews. Let me repeat that. A lot of these HSBCUs were started by European Jews to keep you, the Negro, in place. If I can educate you, then I can direct what I need you to do for me. I'm not against education and learning. Actually, I'm all for learning. But be aware of where you get your education from and who they and what they represent. Because you might just be working with the devil and you thought you was working for good. So be careful of what you call your education from. The things that's most important to us is building. That's what we need to learn: masonry, electricity, plumbing. Those are the things, irrigation. Those are the things that's most important in the community that we need. So then we won't have to take flight every time when we start destroying our communities. We know how to rebuild them right back. Cement work. Those are things that we need to know. So our buildings won't collapse like the one did in Florida on top of us. You understand? We need to learn architectural design, structural design. That's what we need to focus. That's what our attention should be focused on. Higher institutions are learning just to do paperwork and political activism, because that's what colleges I never been to college, but I see that's what colleges is teaching. College is teaching. They're not teaching how to build or anything. They're teaching political activism. That's what college is teaching. College is teaching you how to be uh, this side or this side. It's not teaching you how to build uh, a skyscraper on 7 Mile in Illinois, in Detroit. It's not teaching you any of that. I'm quite sure they have classes that do teach that, but on the most part, most people are going to school to learn their political ideology. These 19, 20-year-olds, 21, 22-year-olds are developing terms and words that don't even make sense. They're getting rid of the word of he and she. You know, what's the madness? That's why you have to start a business. Because if you're working for someone else, they can tell you, this is our company policy. And this is the way things are done. This is what you can't do, what you can't say, what you can't say. This is who you have to work with, and this is who you gotta work with. But if you start the company, you can determine the company policy. You can determine who works there and who doesn't work there. What terms are used and how people are identified. See, this corporation, United States of America, that I'm talking about, this is a corporation. And their board of directors, which is Congress, they're allowing anything. That's why you got to know who you are. If you knew who you are, really knew who you are, you will opt out. You will opt out. We will only operate in this country as a corporation. instead of as an individual. You roam this land as a free person, according to the Articles of Confederation, Articles of Association. Read those. It'll tell you who you are, what you can and can't do, and why you don't need licenses and so on and so forth. If you're operating under an indigenous status, then you still be able to make millions and millions and millions of dollars. Because you be doing it through your corporation, but you as an individual be a free person. You operate through your trust. Just like all the other major corporations operate. They operate through trust. They have trust set up. Then they leave their LLCs and their corporation, LLCs and so on, and S corps to do the business. That's why you rarely see CEOs get locked up for the tragedies that their companies commit. Can't lock up an entity. So you gotta set up an LLC. You gotta set up a corporation. You gotta learn how to use your CPN. Because we at war. This is warfare. Business is warfare. You gotta understand. That's why it's never never ending process. You gotta have a good team. Lawyers, accountants. And you gotta understand law so your lawyers don't be on some BS. Like, subscribe, and share. Hit that notification bell. Hit that notification bell. Thanks to this person that's watching. Thank you. And all those who are jumping in, jumping out. Appreciate you. But Howard University. Let me see if I can break it down for you. Give me 1 second. One second. All right. So Howard University. You want to see who started? Howard University. You can see. There's the founder of Howard University. Oliver Otis Howard. Oh no, I might be missed. No. Oh shoot. That's misinformation. Scratch that. My apologies. Shoot. I'm cool. I was correct. That was it. I just want to make sure I'm not disseminating any incorrect information. Because I read this a while ago Uh, just like Spelman University in Georgia. It was founded by a white woman. So we got these institutions of higher learning that they set up for us was really to sabotage us, to keep an eye on us. But when we were doing our own thing, we were building. Where our communities was thriving to the point where the Europeans hated our communities because we didn't need them. We built on our own all the way up until about the 1920s. That's when the situation started turning in reverse. Howard University was founded in 1866 by missionaries as a training facility for black preachers. You hear that? A training facility. What was they training them? It was decided that the school would be named after Civil War hero General Oliver O. Howard, a white man, so-called white man, who was serving as the commissioner of the Freedmen's Bureau. Howard University, little known black history fact. The Bureau, which was founded in 1865, was a U.S. government agency that aided free blacks. So there you have it. These same institutions which is now threatening Felicia Rashad because she supported Bill Cosby in his haranguement that they don't want to now they have a problem with her words. If he was found now guilty by a court of law, the Supreme Court of Pennsylvania, who overturned the lower court's decision, there should be no issue. We are a country based upon laws. They use the law to convict him. That was perfectly fine. Well, that same law came and overturned it. Now there's something wrong with the law. You can't have your cake and eat it too. That same process that freed him convicted him. So is the law flawed because it was good for you in one sense, but it's not good for you when it doesn't do exactly what you wanted to do? You wanted it to keep him the whole time, despite the technicalities, the errors. No, you can't do it. You can't have it that way. But be on the lookout for them trying to eradicate the law in the way that we see it. I don't have a problem with Supreme Court. When I was in prison, I went through the similar situation as Bill Cosby. I didn't so-called have allegations of rape, but I had drug charges. In the same process, I got found guilty in the lower courts, but the United States Supreme Court, not the Pennsylvania Supreme Court, the United States Supreme Court said there were technical errors in my case. So therefore, we must remand and resentence. I didn't get to go free like Bill Cosby, but they cut my time considerably. In his case, they freed him. The whole process from day one was flawed. So when we have judges that actually apply the law, there's nothing wrong with the system. But when you have judges who judge from their opinion and so on and so forth, and not based upon the constitution of the land, then that's an issue. That's a major issue. Because this country is built upon the Constitution. that they adopted from our indigenous ancestors. That's right. They adopted the Constitution from our indigenous ancestors. That's why you should go read the Articles of Confederation, the Articles of Association, the treaties that they made with many different nations. You should read those things. They will help you. Definitely will help you. On May 1st, 1867, Howard University held classes with 5 white female students, the daughters of the school's founders. Built on 3 acres, Howard University will see the education of 150,000 freed slaves by 1872. General Oliver Howard served as president from 1869 to 1872. You hear that? Man, hit the notification bell. These fools need to hear this. These fools need to hear this. Hit the notification bell. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe. This is what they need to hear. They need to hear this. This is what these fools need to hear. On May 1st, 1867, Howard University held classes with 5 white female students. So Howard University really isn't a historically backed college. Who want to debate me? It wasn't originally it was started with 5 white females by a white man. So we never taught ourselves. We never been in charge of our own education at no point in time in modern history. We have a flawed education system for the Negro. That's what we really were, the Negro. We weren't black. We were Negro before that. There was a Negro Week, not a Black History Month. It was not until 1926 that Howard University welcomed its first black president, the Dr. Mordecai Wyatt Johnson. Wow. It wasn't until 1926. 1926 that Howard University hold on one second. Changing the title. Hit that like notification bell. That like notification bell. Though the school lacked accreditation at the time, the school wasn't even accredited. They didn't even recognize it. It had expanded to include hold on. It expanded to include 8 schools and colleges. Johnson served as president for 34 years. By the time he retired, The university had 6,000 students, a budget of $8 million, and more than double the number of buildings and facilities. So under his authority, that's when it became an institution to serve Negroes. I'm not gonna say black. This is black in my right here. To date, Howard University is of only 48 U.S. private doctoral research extensive university and produces more on-campus so-called African-American PhDs than any other university in the world. On January 13, 1913, 22 so-called African-American female students at Howard University set out to build Delta Sigma Theta sorority. There you go. See how this gets deeper? Now we get into what they call the boule, the origins of the boule, fraternities and sororities. Those individuals in so-called black community, your city council members, your preachers, your lawyers, your judges, the educated class, as they so-called call them, your politicians. They went to these institutions so that they can govern over the average everyday people. So they can do the bidding of the European, as you can see. So be aware of these people when you're doing business with them. Understand where they're coming from, what their motivation is. So you know that when you're dealing with the devil and his minions, you know how to deal with them. You know how to make the deal that's more beneficial for you. Because you're going to have to deal with the devil. That's people's nature. Some people got God nature, and some people got the devil nature. No man with a pitchfork or anything like that. That's some BS. It's no pits of hell. That's some BS. It's inside of people's minds that make them wicked, that make them evil, that make them jealous. They'd rather be the devil than God in them. They want the devil in them, not the God in them. So they built Delta Sigma Theta sorority, incorporated a private nonprofit and public service organization whose purpose is to provide services and programs to advance the well-being of humankind. The women used and continue to use today the collective strength to promote academic excellence and to provide assistance to those in need. I told you, those same women are the ones who empower today. It's those women who said they don't need a man. It's those women who believe they can do just as well or better in raising a family than a man. But we know from the examples of where society is going in its current state that that's not true. Society is only going to get better when proper order is put back in place, and that's the man, woman, and child. All this other sideline stuff that's going on, that's just making the society worse. It's not making it better. It's not making it more free. It's not making it more liberal, as they say. It's not doing any of that. It's making society worse. It's increasing crime. It's increasing apathy. It's increasing all of those things that make a community bad. That's all it's doing. That's why I talk about when business is building. We can make billions, so-called billions of that Federal Reserve, whatever you will call it, right in our own communities. We got the blank canvas. The blank canvas is in your community, not in their community. That's why it's called gentrification. That's why they come in and move you out. They like, okay, they destroyed it, they created the blank canvas. Now we'll go in, move them out to the suburbs, and then we'll build it back, and we're gonna do the business here. Now we got a structure that they were paying government assistance from. Now we done took that same area, rebuilt it, and we're charging $1 million an apartment, $1 million a condo, 2 million, what have you, 500,000, whatever it is. It's 10 times better than when you were there. Well, all we had to do is rebuild that same blank canvas instead of moving and fleeing. We took flight. That's what we do. We destroy where we live. Then once it's destroyed, we take flight to go to a new city and do the same thing over again. Instead of enriching the community where we live and enriching ourselves at the same time. So stop taking flight. You see crime in your community, point it out. I'm not saying be no snitch. That's not what I don't agree with being no MF rat. I believe we can gather a group of men together and go confront the situation. That's how you do it. But you got to have an alternative after you do that. You got to provide some work for the community. That's where the building comes in. After you eradicate the problem, we have to build. That's the solution. We have to build after that. Lumber, timber, electric wire. Oh, we have to start building. All of that. Contracting the work out to ourselves. Those who are excellent at what they do. That's what we want. We want people who are good at what they do. We don't want people just because they're a certain color or so on and so forth. No, we want people who are the best at their job to do that. The most qualified person. If you have the most qualified, then you won't have a building falling down on you. Like what happened in Florida. So make sure you hit that notification bell, like, subscribe, and share. And if you didn't know, Howard University was started by a white man. The first 5 students at Howard University were white women. Go back and look at the previous part of the video, and you'll see as I speak about Howard University and how they tried to carry Felicia Rashad for supporting Bill Cosby. In the same institution who's speaking about our so-called sister, Felicia Rashad, who has nothing but been class and grace from the time I met her on the Cosby Show. She hasn't been nothing but class and grace. And how they're gonna go against her, which the Supreme Court of Pennsylvania overturned the conviction of Bill Cosby. Why would that be a problem? This institution, which is started by white people, we had first students with white women, so it's not a historically black institution. They didn't get the first black president until 1926 of the school, in which under that time the school still wasn't accredited under that black president. And now they want to talk about a woman who they hired, actually. So Howard University should keep their mouth shut when it pertains to that. They're talking about women who've been abused by males. What about the women who accuse males of false accusations? Can we speak about that? Lying women, opportunist women. We can't allow this. We can't allow these things to happen. We got to speak out against it. We got to be vocal about it. Those women who have really been harmed is a disservice to them. I hope this go out. I hope y'all share this and spread it. Because it's all, like I said, we got to take control of who we are and using their tools to do it. That's right. Use their tools to do it. They use our tools to build theirs, to build the structure that we have today, the Federal Reserve System that's controlled by Europeans, predominantly controlled by Europeans, with our educated class of so-called black people. They're all in cahoots. That's why I'm speaking out against Howard University and all the institutions who call themselves HSBCUs, which have been founded by white people. So white people that gave you something again. You still haven't built nothing of your own. Until you teach yourself, you're always going to be second class. That's a second class school. Now that I think about it, those are all second class schools. Any institution that's started by white people for black people, that's a second class school. Those communities that were started by black people for black people, that's first class. That's first class. Tulsa, Oklahoma, Memphis, parts of Memphis, down in Memphis, Tennessee, parts of Florida, South Carolina, Geechee Gullah communities, that's first class. They taught themselves. They pulled themselves up. They didn't take a handout. They did it themselves. It's not until we start receiving handouts that we start going backwards. So learn how to build a CPN. Learn how to start your LLC. If you need help with any of that, you need help with your CPN, you need help with your LLC, how to start an LLC, you need how to start a business, how to add trade lines to your business, how to get net 30s, net 60s, net 90s accounts for your business, how to get credit cards for your business. Like, subscribe, and share. Give me a call. Descriptions down below. And all the videos. Phone number, email, and every video is down in the description. There's so much going on right now. So much opportunity. Do not blow your opportunities like Sha'Carri Richardson. If those Europeans are giving you an opportunity, all you have to do is run, shoot a ball, carry a ball, tennis a ball, whatever type of ball. They're paying you millions for those balls. Oh, no homo. Flip it. Flip it. Come back to your community. Flip the community. Flip it. Help us establish our own shoe companies in our communities. Stop sending the work out to China. Build those shoe companies in our ghettos. And then we'll charge the world $500, $600 a pair, $700 a pair. Those jeans, what Sada Baby say? My $1,000 jeans. If it costs $1,000 for those jeans, we can make those jeans here in America. We can make those same jeans here in America. If we have People around the world paying for $1,000 jeans that they see so-called black people wear and love, and they want to do the same thing, follow our trends and fashion. We need to start building those factories in our ghettos. It's called textile. We need to send our emissaries to other countries. We need the raw materials and import it into our country, stitch it. We gotta follow the example of the Chinese. We can't. The Chinese, they leading the pack, and we got just as much raw infrastructure. Our infrastructure in the ghetto is probably the best in some of the world. Do you know that? In some of the infrastructures, they already got Wi-Fi. You already got electricity lines. You already have plumbing system. You already have sewer system. All you gotta do is mow it down, build it up, bring the equipment in. There's the solution. There's the solution. We got the money. I don't want black people have the money. So-called people got the money to do these things. We got the money. We don't need no money from outside. We don't need no outside money from nobody else. We got the money. We definitely have the money. We don't need it from nobody else. We got the money. Yeah, we don't need it from nobody else. We got the money. So don't even worry about the money. We have billions in just America alone. The so-called black community in America alone has billions of dollars to invest in our own infrastructure. In Africa, they have their own. They developing it. There's a couple of Africans who have their own. Hold on, let me see. They have their own car companies. They have their own car companies. So, like, subscribe, and share. Hit that notification bell. Like, subscribe, and share. Hit that notification bell. What else we could talk about? Any suggestions? Anything? Firefighters found a 7-year-old in the collapsed building in Florida. So, peace to those people and lost their life in that. But type of things shouldn't occur. That's shoddy workmanship, and that's what in our community we can build our own skyscrapers to the specifications from our builders. That's what we have to do. There's no luck. Like I said, we have the money. We have the money. Black people, so-called people, are not poor. They try to make us seem like we're poor. But I don't see too many poor black people. When I go out in the bar, I see black people eating. When I go through the hood, I see black people I see nice cars. Most of the time I'm riding through the hoods of Detroit, Flint, I see nice cars. I don't see people really doing too bad. Are they? According to statistics. That's what the statistics say. So I see us hustling. I see a lot of us hustling. When we put that hustle together, man, we can make miles to mountains. For real, we can make miles to mountains. Just like our ancestors did. They made miles into pyramids all over the world. They made miles into pyramids all over the world. So it's on us. Just don't be fooled by these people and what they're saying. Don't be fooled by that. They say we poor, we shiftless, we lazy, all that. Don't be, no, we just don't want to be slaves no more. That's why they can't that's why these companies can't find people to work these jobs. People, you have given them so much time off, and now we can think and say, wow, they've been taking advantage of this whole time. They've been shortchanging us this whole time. They could do this, this, and this, then they could have did this. And that's how people are thinking now. They like, wow, these companies could have paid me that extra $5 a long time ago. They could have did all these. They could have gave me benefits a long time ago. Now it's too late. People, some people have woken up and they doing their own thing. They like, man, I don't need no company, work for no company no more. I could do. If I could go back to school, get my journeyman card to be a plumber. You know, people thinking for themselves, and that's the way we gotta do it. That's the way we gotta do it. 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 I appreciate you. It's been an hour. I'm gonna go and tune off, and like, subscribe, and share. Hit that notification bell. And if you need any assistance, anything with CPN tutorials, you need anything of that nature, CPN business program, LLC formation, trade lines, anything like that, give me a call anytime. Information in the description down below. Like, subscribe, and share. Hit the notification bell. And for all of you who've been rocking with the church, peace to the gods.